All right, so coming here to Liberty Hill Cemetery. A lot of you don't know about this. This is a Woodway, Texas thing, and I'm just kind of learning about it. It's crazy. Wait till you hear what's going on here and the neglect that's happening. So we're going to meet with Richard Maker, who is a new friend of mine and has been involved with this cemetery for the past several years. What are we about to see here?
The Liberty Hill Cemetery was once known as Bradley Farm, and we have 198 people buried back here that we know of right so far. We're finding more graves as we metal detect and we clear the land.
This is interesting. So just so you know, I'm standing pretty much on the road here. This is the easement right between two homes. And that was Jenny over there, by the way. But we're going to talk to her in a second. But this is the easement. This is how you get to the cemetery. All right, well, let's go ahead and go in. And well, first introduce me to Jenny. Come on in, because this is Jenny's home right behind us. So she's definitely a local and very in tune. So Jenny, I appreciate you taking time to talk about this. I know I'm kind of catching you off guard, but you're right here. I mean, this is literally your backyard. Tell us about this cemetery. What do people need to know?
Well, one of the things you might want to point out is the fact that this is a curb. It is not a driveway. Okay? So this cemetery has been ignored for decades. As you go back in, most people were unaware of the fact that it is a cemetery. It's a cemetery of people of color. And I don't mean just the melanated people. I mean also Hispanics. They're the ones who started getting buried in this ground. It's been something I've known about since the mid-70s. But the city does not say anything or do anything for it.
Tell me how this started out. How did it become a cemetery?
This property was approximately 650 acres owned by the Bradley family. Mr. Bradley migrated to Texas. He was a married man. He developed the farm. His wife passed, and then he remarried. But he had migrant workers coming up from Mexico, and they were coming up and doing all this work. They unfortunately had many people die. Well, maybe not many. We don't know how many for sure. We know the number of ones we've found. But they came up here, and unfortunately they had deaths. And so they had to put their people somewhere. And he gave them this property out of respect for the work that they did. After a period of time, the community of Liberty Hill Church had their church burned down 3 times. And it was due to various feelings about different people.
You talking about racism or issues like that?
Exactly. So their church was burned down 3 times, and they didn't have a place to put their people. And they came to Mr. Bradley, and Mr. Bradley said, yes, you're welcome. So
and donated this for them. So there's a lot of souls back there. 193, you said, so far?
198.
198. Well, we're going to walk back and take a look, folks. All right, so tell us what we're walking into here.
Well, one of the things you might be interested in, this stone right here that you see on the surface used to be a stone for Bradley Hill, to mark that this, or Bradley Farms, to mark that this was the cemetery. And as you can see, it has been forcibly removed.
So this was the marker for the cemetery?
Yes.
Basically, and it's been removed.
It was at the end of the drive as you come up. So that pretty much, I think, marks the border.
Go ahead. Just give me a guided tour.
Coming in, we have graves that start right here at the beginning, where the drive starts. The graves go back, and over here we have graves as well. So the entire surface area has been used as much as possible. We have, where we have found markers of type, the metal stands that held the pages that said who was buried where. Where we have found the coffin plates, we have been putting our little crosses up. And Rich has been kind enough to make most of those. And as you can see, we have been cutting down a lot of the dead branches, the low branches, and any of the storm knockdowns.
So you said that you had some of these tins that you nailed to the crosses.
Yes, sir.
Show me some of those. (1915). What was happening here in 1915?
No idea back in that time. It's just that people were being buried here from 7 months of age to I think the oldest that we hear is in the 50s or 60s.
That he was a farmer. He was just trying to build a business, and he had a lot of immigrant workers that came in from Mexico and abroad, Hispanics and blacks, and they're buried here. How do you know they're Hispanics and blacks?
Their names.
Well, Baylor University, probably about 13 years ago, did a history. They dove into it, and I think they wound up with maybe 150 names, and they went to Find a Grave and obituaries, and from there they found out the race, the age.
Wow. So what would you like to happen here?
To be maintained, what's the word? Perpetual care. This should be mowed frequently, and people should be able to walk in here and see their family members.
What do you think?
Back in the days of, I don't know, the 30s up to the 50s, I guess, people used to come out to the graveyards to celebrate the lives of their ancestors. They would come out here and they would cook out. They would just have a picnic where their parents, their grandparents, where they had lived. And unfortunately, they quit doing that, I think, when was that, Rich? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Well, there was some unhappiness, and they quit coming out here. I'd like to see this cleaned up so that they can come back and realize there's a reason for their people to be respected. For all of the people. And I would like for them to feel comfortable and feel like they can find where their family is.
So you were finding these metallic pieces with your metal detectors, and so you knew there was a grave here.
Yes.
Somebody has identified this as someone's rice bowl. And so they actually did come out here and have meals and share their love with their family, even after they had passed.
And so what is this here?
This is where they put up basically a protective barrier.
The families came out.
Yes, the families came out, and this is where they have their loved one. And this could have been a base of a headstone, was up at this end, and we cut down all kinds of growth, and they constructed a cross at this end.
Here we have just a stone that somebody's notched out the name Delaney, I believe it says.
This is just plain glass. You see the thickness? It's been out in the weather, so it's opalescent now. But this is some of the old Depression glass. It's been smashed to pieces, but when the family was able, they would come out and mark the stones and the graves with the Depression glass, with seashells, with various things that meant something for them. And that's one of the reasons why we have that rice bowl.
The last discovery, probably about 2 weeks ago, by the metal detectors was this person right here.
Who is this? Osorio.
Yes. Cipriano Osorio. Died April 12th of 1917. He was aged 7 months, looks like.
Archaeologist.
This was the one who told us that the church in this area had burned down 3 times.
Oh, that is interesting. So, what do we have here?
We think we found 2 other casket handles on top of the ground.
They just washed out from the last rains? Wow. Okay, what do we have here?
Rabel J. Wilson. He is a Texas person. He was a private in the labor battalion, the 355. He passed...
1919.
Yep. And... you might want
So there you have it. I mean, that's the story, what's going on here at Liberty Hills Cemetery. We've got the off because mosquitoes are out, or the cutter. And look, I'm going to get this story out to you, and we'll see what happens. If they want to donate or zero, how do they find you?
We have Facebook. We're on there, Liberty Hills Cemetery. And we also have a state website, LHCHA.com, Liberty Hills Cemetery Historical Association.com.
Awesome.